Moving into my new apartment felt genuinely exciting at first, yet a profound, unsettling dread quickly enveloped me regarding my quiet roommate, whose nocturnal habits revealed an incredibly disturbing truth I could not comprehend or easily dismiss. She never, and I mean never, seemed to sleep throughout the entire night. Her bedroom light consistently on, faint, unsettling shadows perpetually dancing across the narrow crack under her closed door, maintaining a silent, constant vigil. Every time I woke, whether for a late-night drink or an early morning bathroom trip, that persistent light always glowed, unwavering, a chilling beacon confirming her constant, inexplicable wakefulness without any sound whatsoever. There was never a shuffle, no music, no soft murmuring, absolutely no indication of activity emanating from her room, which only intensified the profound, unnerving silence that permeated our small apartment constantly. My initial curiosity quickly morphed into a growing, gnawing paranoia, the unsettling feeling of being perpetually watched, even through the solid wood of her closed, unyielding bedroom door at every single moment. I started checking her door handle subtly before going to bed, a pointless ritual, confirming it was always securely locked, yet offering no real comfort against the profound, pervasive sense of unseen scrutiny. Sometimes, I'd swear I heard the faint, almost imperceptible scrape of something being dragged across her floor just as I was drifting off, a sound immediately seizing the moment I became fully awake. One morning, I found a minuscule, dried speck of what looked disturbingly like soil near the base of her bedroom door, something utterly out of place on our otherwise spotless apartment hallway floor. I casually mentioned her odd sleep schedule to our landlord, attempting to sound lighthearted and unconcerned, but their dismissive, slightly uncomfortable response only served to heighten my already burgeoning anxiety and suspicion. My sleep grew increasingly fractured and restless, plagued by disturbing dreams of being unable to move, always feeling an unseen, cold gaze fixed upon me from the darkest corners of my own room. I even tried to stay up myself once, determined to catch her in the act of whatever bizarre, silent ritual she performed every single long night, my own body growing heavy. Around 3 a.m., after hours of strained silence and my eyelids burning with exhaustion, I distinctly heard a soft, almost ethereal click, like a lock disengaging with a slow, deliberate movement. My heart pounded violently against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat in the profound quiet as I slowly, agonizingly crept towards her bedroom door, every single nerve ending screaming with overwhelming terror. Peeking through the keyhole, my breath hitched. Her room was bathed in an eerie, pulsing red light, illuminating strange, jagged symbols painted directly onto her walls, glowing with an internal, malevolent energy. The symbols writhed, seemingly alive, twisting and shifting as I watched, an indescribable horror seizing me completely, paralyzing me with a cold, primal fear I had never known existed. I stumbled backward, making no sound, my mind reeling from the impossible sight, the absolute violation of everything I understood about reality, every single rational thought utterly shattered forever. The red light pulsed faster now, a rhythmic throb that seemed to sync with my own terrified heartbeat, filling the entire apartment with its ominous, deeply unsettling, silent warning. I fled back to my room, slamming my door shut, desperately wishing I had never peered through that forbidden keyhole, wishing I could simply unsee the unspeakable things I had just witnessed. The next morning, her door was closed, the apartment eerily silent as usual. But now the silence felt less peaceful and more like a suffocating blanket of complicity, trapping me inside. I searched online for symbols resembling what I had seen, my fingers trembling as I typed, hoping for some mundane explanation, but finding only terrifying, obscure references to ancient, dark rituals.
Fear coiled in my stomach like a venomous snake, tightening its grip with every passing hour, every silent night approaching, knowing she was still there, awake, doing something unspeakable. I saw her briefly in the kitchen, her eyes dark, sunken, yet eerily alert. A faint metallic scent clinging to her, a smell I couldn't quite place, but which made my stomach churn with disgust. She never spoke about her nights, and I never dared ask. The unspoken terror hanging between us, a heavy, suffocating shroud that was slowly, inevitably, consuming my very sanity entirely. Now, every sound, every shadow, every fleeting reflection feels like a prelude to discovery, a terrifying whisper from the darkness, confirming that my silent roommate knows I know, and her watch has just begun.
My new roommate seemed normal enough during the day, a bit quiet maybe, but as soon as darkness fell, an unsettling shift occurred, turning our shared apartment into a strange, unsettling stage. Every night, without fail, around 2 a.m., I'd hear the distinct, soft creak of floorboards from her room, followed by the faint click of her bedroom door, then utter, unnerving silence descending quickly. She wasn't staying awake inside. She was leaving, disappearing into the oppressive, ink-black urban night for hours, only to return silently just before the first faint hint of dawn light appeared. The first few times, I dismissed it as a night job, or perhaps an intense secret relationship, but the complete lack of any normal explanation gradually began to gnaw at my fragile peace. There was never any sound upon her return either, just the almost imperceptible click of the front door, then the soft, familiar creak of her bedroom floor, signaling her mysterious re-entry. I tried to stay awake once, determined to catch a glimpse, but exhausted, I only managed to hear the faint squeak of her bedroom window opening and closing again sometime later. The front door was always securely locked in the morning, which perplexed me further, given I consistently heard her leaving through the main entrance every single night without fail. Then the mud started appearing. Faint, irregular streaks on the hallway floor. Never too much, just enough to catch my eye. Always mysteriously gone by the time I woke properly. One day, I found a small, withered, unrecognizable black feather near the kitchen sink, its barbed edges feeling oddly rough against my skin, chilling me with its inexplicable presence. My roommate, Sarah, remained completely normal during daylight hours, discussing mundane topics, yet her eyes held a strange, distant glint, like someone harboring profound, unsettling, deeply buried secrets. I started meticulously checking the locks after she left, only to find them mysteriously unlatched from the inside when I returned from work, a detail that escalated my fear profoundly. One particular morning, a faint, almost metallic, earthy scent lingered in the air of the apartment, a scent both foreign and deeply unsettling, clinging ominously to the shared spaces. I even considered setting up a hidden camera, desperate for answers, but the idea of invading her privacy, coupled with the profound fear of what I might actually discover, paralyzed me utterly. My sleep schedule completely inverted. I found myself lying awake, tense and rigid, listening intently for her departure, every single creak of the building amplifying my agonizing anxiety significantly. One night, I heard her door creak open, and driven by an overwhelming compulsion, I silently followed her down the dark hallway, my heart pounding a terrifying rhythm in my chest relentlessly. She didn't use the front door. Instead, she slipped out through the fire escape window, moving with an unnatural, almost predatory grace into the inky, foggy depths of the night street below.
I watched, hidden, as she walked towards a derelict, abandoned park at the edge of our neighborhood, its crumbling fences and overgrown paths looking particularly sinister under the oppressive moonlight. There, beneath a gnarled ancient oak tree, she dug something up, swiftly, almost ferally, before carefully reburying it, her movements precise and disturbing in the profound, unsettling silence. I couldn't see what it was, but the raw, primitive energy of her actions sent a visceral jolt of pure terror through me, chilling me to my very bones, instantly and completely. She then stood still for a long, agonizing moment, her head tilted slightly, as if listening to something only she could hear, whispering from the dark, cold depths of the earth. When she returned, climbing back through the window with the same disturbing, silent efficiency, her clothes appeared smudged with dark earth and something else, something I couldn't identify. The lingering smell in the apartment the next morning was far stronger, unmistakably the scent of disturbed soil, mixed with something metallic and faintly putrid, a smell that made my stomach revolt. I packed a small bag immediately, my hands shaking uncontrollably, every nerve screaming to escape, knowing I couldn't stay another terrifying, agonizing night under the same roof as whatever she truly was. As I slipped out the front door, glancing back, I saw her standing silently in her doorway, her eyes impossibly wide and dark, watching me leave, a terrifying, silent promise of things to come.